Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the English Time at the Voice of Rayan University. I am Rasul H. Today, I have got three lovely students of the English department at College of Basic Education of Rayan University.
Hello, my name is Rayan Bakhtiyar, and I'm so happy to be here. It's such a big pleasure to be a part of this podcast today.
Welcome, Rayan.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pishtiwan Baqi.
Welcome, Pishtiwan.
Hello, my name is Gashtiyar. I'm so happy to be here today.
Welcome, Gashtiyar. We are so happy to have you all here. Today, we are going to discuss a very important issue. We are talking about violence against women. So, first of all, we would like to know what exactly do you mean by violence against women?
So, violence against women, or the term of violence against women, means any act of gender-based violence that results in or is likely to result in physical, sexual, psychological harm to suffering women.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so in my opinion, as my fellow said, violence against women is any kind of act or conduct that would cause harm, that would cause pain to a female, probably like sexually, physically, or any form of violence.
Okay, that's right.
So we can just say you hurt a woman, okay? Physically or sexually or psychologically.
Okay, that's right. 1/4 to 1/2 of all women have been physically abused by a current or former partner. And over 50% of women who are physically abused by their partners are also raped by them. So we would like to shed the light on some of the very important terms here, like violence, physically abuse, and rape. So what exactly do you mean by these terms each?
Well, to come to physically abused, it has a lot of forms, but if you give an example, probably in a household, if there's a daughter being abused, like physically abused by her father, this could cause in a lot of side effects, like for example, her mental health is gonna get worse and worse. Probably if she has a problem, she cannot open up to her father because she has the fear to get hit and beaten by her father, and in that case that would just cause more and more problems to that female.
Violence, we can just say anything that can hurt a woman, okay? And it can be done by men, and you use an object or a part of their body to control their action.
That's right, okay. And the term rape?
Well, the term rape, we could say it's like physically abusing a female without her intention, without her wanting to do that.
Okay, that's right. So rape has more with the sexual abuse. That's right. Okay, so it's clear that violence happens throughout a woman's life cycle. Let's see what are some of the stages or cycles of life that a woman is targeted for violence by men or by any kind of other gender.
Violence happens during these three stages: childhood, adolescence, and adult life.
Okay, that's interesting. Actually, we now know that violence does not only happen at a particular stage of life. So let's see what kind of violence might happen during childhood.
During childhood, which is so common until now, and we see it nowadays, even in this recent years, they have a lot of child marriage, and that their families are being forced them to get married.
Well, we have something called female genital mutilation, which is really common in the Middle East. And it's not our religion's fault. It's the mindset of our people's fault. How they think that there should be this particular part of that female be removed so that she would be having less interest in men, probably. But that's really wrong, because later in life probably she's gonna have a lot of health problems, like when she's getting married. Probably during her period she's gonna get worse pain than other girls.
Okay, as you said, unfortunately, that's been a big problem in our society in the past, but right now it's been solved to some extent.
Well, there's a lot of forms of violence, right? But denial of education, which I would really like to refer to, because it's really, really important to a female to have education. Because once she has her education, she would not really rely on anyone else. Of course, like, she would still want her family, but like, what I want to say here is, once a girl has her education done, she doesn't really need anyone. Early or unwanted pregnancy, that happens in adolescence mostly.
That's right.
Probably when a girl is not doing good at school, she's just being forced to get married. And she gets pregnant at a really young age where she has to be playing outside with her friends. But at that age, some girls are getting pregnant and having babies. And they don't really have any information on how to probably raise that child. And that's, once again, another problem.
Thank you.
Or we have like honor killing, and that is actually, it's so common in our country. They say we can't forgive
It
her.
cannot be forgiven, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you. Let's now discuss those people who are particularly affected by violence. What kind of women are actually affected to be acted against violently?
Well, we've got women of lower socioeconomic status are at a greater risk for physical violence. Probably, like, she's from a poor family. She's gonna, like, probably use her body to, like, get some profit. And in that case, she's physically abused. But women of higher education and socioeconomic status are at a higher risk for emotional abuse. Now she's being abused emotionally. Probably in her family, like in her household, her brother or her father is emotionally abusing her. So in both cases, we have abuses, right? But in different forms.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you make a comparison between the first point that you have mentioned and the second one, both are actually
Being abused, but like differently.
One of them physically and the
one of
other
them
is
emotionally.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So
Exactly.
here I can say that money plays a great
Role.
role in this case. The first one lacks an amount of money and uses her body to get some kind of profit, as you mentioned, or money or anything. And the second one has a lot of money but actually lacks some kind of emotions. So the lack of emotional care that she has may be caused because of her economical status. Thank you, Rayan. Okay.
Where most cases of violence occur in intimate partner relationships, like husband or boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. And this is so important because this is a woman's responsibility. They have to be aware of that. Who are they choosing?
Okay.
And last point is women who have no economic freedom and no social security are at the greatest risk.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, let's talk about some of the major causes for violent behavior.
One of the causes is mental disorder conditions that affect your thinking, feeling, mood, and behavior. They may be occasional or long-lasting. For example, we have depression and mood swings. They will affect daily activity of individuals.
Okay, so basically you mean that because a woman is mentally having problems or mental disorders, she is used by other men to be actually abused violently.
Social learning models that shape men's ideas of masculinity. They say they are less than us, okay? And we are greater, we are the king.
Okay, that's right.
One of them is substance abuse, which is the use of drugs
That's
by
right.
probably a man. This is really, really crucial because it really ruins a household. It ruins families. For example, if a man is using drugs, he's gonna like act violently. He's gonna be so aggressive towards his family. Hormonal influx is another reason. It's going to cause them to have depression. It's going to cause them to probably act violently.
Okay, thank you so much. In fact, most researchers believe it is the interaction of biological, developmental, and environmental factors. So all of these factors are having a big part or a big role in causing violence against women. So now let's see what can we do to prevent violence against women.
First point I want to explain is more education needs to be implemented to start reconstructing dominate cultural roles. That's very important actually, I think, because if you have more education, we can change our cultural rules, because we have a lot of cultural rules that support us to do that, and we are going to change it if you get more education.
Empowering women is the number one way to resolve the problem. If you are working on empowering them, and if they are powerful enough, strong enough to overcome their problems, then in that case they would not need anyone else to help them overcome their problems.
One of the options for the resolution is educating the society as whole. So we should start on our schools, that we should do seminars and some stuff like that, and educating them and teaching them how to fix their problem.
Okay, thank you.
Providing victims with a variety of different service, for example, legal assistance, transitional housing, and supervised visitations. This is very important, because if we give them service, those people who are affected by rape, by violence, I think we can give them a better life. We can't change the past, but we can build a good future for them.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, the last point for me is allowing more involvement of the community and also the authorities. We should allow more organizations to take part in resolving our females' problems.
Okay, thank you very much for all of you for being here. Actually, we discussed a very interesting topic together, and thanks for the listening. Until the next episode, bye-bye for now.